Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of Life Lessons with your host, Davey Astro 44. Now, we all in our life, once upon a time, has had something bad happen to us. Either we've been in jail, either we've lost a loved one, either we have had car trouble where we couldn't go to work, or we've had someone to break into our homes, or may have got a girl pregnant, or may have ran off with someone that we thought were our friends and turned out not to be. Well, I'm going to give you at least 5 important actions that we need to be aware of. Number 1, if we do not know that person and they call our cell phone or come to our house, to our door, do not go to that door, because you don't know if that person is a murderer. You don't know if that person is a psychopath. You don't know if that person is there to rob your house. You never know. So you always be on the lookout. If you see an unknown number that you do not identify, do not answer. If you see an unidentified vehicle in your yard or in the front of your house, do not go towards the door. If someone asks you to go into the store and they will leave the car running, do not fall for it, because you never know what they have planned. You never know if they want you to rob a store. Do not ever give out any personal information, such as your social security number, your ID, or your insurance, your real name, your address, none of that, because you never know what may happen. So, in order for us to always be safe, we have to learn from our life lessons. Some of our life lessons are worse than others. Some are conditionally very mild than others. But it's like whatever we may do in life, we have to maintain a healthy and safe, life, because if we go out and do the wrong thing, for example, rob a bank, steal, or even hit a lady, or anything that's not the correct way to solve a situation, do not do it. Because trust me, down the road, things will get very ugly. For anyone, if you hit on a female, you're going to jail. If you rob, you're going to jail. If you steal a car, you're going to jail. So let us try to do the opposite of whatever it is to stay out of these sort of situations. Because I tell you, life lessons are not always fun. Because sometimes, yeah, we may learn from them, but also others may allow us to get killed or allow us to get hurt so badly that we have to be in the hospital for either some type of surgery or stitches. And one of the life lessons that I wish everyone would kind of perfect is not being loyal. Dishonest disloyalty is may be one of the most important factors in the world that I don't think the world would ever perfect or ever want to do right by that law. Because as easy as it is to be unloyal, as easy as it is to lie, what about the consequences after that unloyal situation, after that lie? It's gonna put us in a situation that we wish we would have thought about earlier in the day or earlier in that year or earlier of that month. So whatever we do, we need to try to learn from our life lessons. If we do it once, let it be that one time only deal that we do something stupid or do something idiotic, because we have to realize we have kids that are looking up to us now. If these kids see us lying, if these kids see us being unloyal, if these kids see us stealing, if these kids see us, hitting on women, if these kids see us doing drugs, then they're gonna want to do it too. And so, if that get to that point, it will be nothing that we can do. It will not be right to scold at the kids, because we have to be that role model for kids, because they're looking at us every day. They are monitoring our actions. So we just have to be careful how we present ourselves. And if we mess up, and if our kids are like old enough, like 7 to 8, we should sit our kids down, tell our kids our experience of what we did when we was young, and try to prevent them not to do the same thing. Because honestly, I know things that I have done in the past that if I knew would help a child, I would tell them, even though I know it may sometimes be crucial to the young children, or maybe it may somehow traumatize them. But by me telling the children, or us telling the children, our most deepest hurtful situations that we've been in, it may click in their heads, telling themselves that, hey, whatever he did, I don't want to be in that same situation. So we have to do what we have to do to let the newer generation know that whatever that you do in this lifetime, whatever you do in the future, will have an effect on your life. So if you're out there smoking weed because you see others do it, don't complain when you start getting the effects that the weed smokers or marijuana smokers, start to experience. Or if you see that a young guy and a young girl, you know, having sexual content with others, and then the female end up having a baby, and then you want to go and try it, do not get frustrated when she has a baby or get pregnant and she starts to change. Do not get in your feelings of some type of way, because I feel that if you yourself as a male see what happens when another male impregnates a woman and how their mood swings begin to change, why would we want to do that same thing? I mean, we have to look at it. Why would we want to do the same thing, and knowing what grief it causes this person. And this is why I am starting this life lesson, project to show people that whatever decisions that you make or whatever you see other people do, it may not be for you. So don't try to do what other people do because what works for them may not work for you. So, in that perspective, that we have to find our own path. We have to find what we enjoy doing. We have to find what our purpose in life is. Instead of trying to live other people's life, let's live our own life to the fullest. Let us know what you want to do. We will try to help you all the best way we can. And by us doing that, you have to be able to want to work hard because working hard is what want us to do better. So our life lessons starts with us, and our life lessons determine what type of future are we going to have. Are we going to have an amazing future? Are we going to have a screwed up future? It all depends on your life lessons. It all depends on taking your negative, turning it into a positive, and working hard to try to make things better than what it was. So, yes, 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 we have to learn life lessons. We have to learn from them. We have to keep ourselves from going down that same road that we did before. Because you have to realize we are only here on this earth for a short period of time. And it will really suck if we have more bad views in our lives than good views. We may have good and bad views on apps, but our reality evaluation also determines views because people look at you, they watch how you carry yourself, and if you go and make a bad impression on yourself at that moment, it is time out for wanting to try to get a second opportunity because second opportunities do not always come our way. Sometimes if we screw up that first opportunity, it screws up the rest of our lives. And it is very, very rare that we may get a second chance at doing something that we loved. But in order for us to do that, we have to learn from our lessons, our life lessons. We can do so many bad things, but how are you able to take those bad moments to persuade people that, hey, I may have done this in the past, but I'm working really hard to try to better myself? How many of us can do that? How many of us can just sit there and be like, hey, you know, things didn't really go through for us and stuff like that. But we have to look at our life lessons. Sometimes we have to just think and just break down our life lessons. And what I mean by break them into two categories. Like the cons and the pros. Like the cons of the problem is like the worst of the worst, and the pros is like the best of the best. And if you were to do a survey of yourself every day and your cons always outweigh your pros, then we have a big major issue. We have a big major issue at that point. So, in order for us to want to do better, our life lessons are very important. And if we ever get a second chance in life to successfully, you know, do our life lessons, like complete them, then it will be a very, 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 very phenomenal opportunity for you to get a second shot in life. Like I said, sometimes after that first screw up, sometimes you never get another chance. But sometimes we do get a second chance. And our second chance represents so many things. Our second chance represents and it determines our life lessons. Did we learn from our life lessons? Or do we not care so much for our life lessons and we're going to do what we want to do? We're not going to try to listen to what other people say. And sometimes that can be the most horrific thing you can do is go in your own lane, go in your own path, because I want to become a better person. I want to learn from my life lessons. I don't want to keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over to the fact where I can't get a second chance. Second chances are the very best. They are very special because it gives you a second opportunity to lace up your boots, lace up your Nikes, put on your gear and go out there and fight for what you believe in. Go out there and prove people wrong that, hey, I can do whatever you do. And so we just have to focus. We have to focus on what we think are good life lessons and what's bad life lessons. The two determine which is which. If you do something like wrong and then a second chance comes for you to get it right, then you have an opportunity. You are doing something right that the world gave you a second opportunity to redeem yourself. So until we find our right recipe of life lessons, we're going to continue screwing up. We're going to continue to be what we don't want to be. But when we are blinded to our own crime, when we are blind to our own prosperities, then we are never going to be able to accomplish anything. We are never going to be able to be successful in anything. Because why? Because things change every day. Job changes every day. We have so many opportunities that changes every day that we have to get in there and get it before someone else get it. And if someone else get it before we get it, then it is reliable that we were not meant to be in this situation. So I ask you, and I truly believe that if so much of a miracle comes, then we just have to do our best to break those obstacles, to break that negativity, create it into a positive, and let no one tell us what we can't do. But in order for us to do that, we're going to have to learn how to successfully approve and destroy that mentality where we are able to go full force non-stop until we are able to learn from our life lessons. Because the more that we don't learn from our life lessons, the more things are going to really screw up. So, if you have any questions, or if you have any questions you would like to answer, if you have any topics you would like to talk on, just leave it in the comments below and I will get to them as quickly as possible. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and turn on your notifications to let you all know when I put out videos. This is your boy, Davey Astro 44. This is episode 1 of Life Situations. And I hope to see you all in the next video.